name is Maria and I'm standing here with Philip Kessler from Understand AI. Welcome. Hi.
Thank you.
Can you briefly introduce yourself and the role you have at Understand AI?
Yeah, so my role is founder and CTO of Understand AI. So basically leading the technical development, but also corporations and partnerships now.
What challenges are you facing in your daily work?
That's a good question. Multiple, but otherwise it would be boring.
Yeah, of course.
So day to day, I think it's really crucial with a startup that you make sure you develop the right product and that you don't develop something which nobody needs in the end. And I think especially we Germans are quite good in first hiding in the cellar and developing something and then in the end coming out and saying, that's it, who wants it?
Yeah.
So that's definitely a challenge, I think, to go out there frequently, talk to customers, try to find their pain points, where they have their hair on fire, and build something, what they really need.
Which pain points are you addressing with the solutions from Understand AI?
So we're addressing, I think, in general, or broadly speaking, the data problem. So we think machine learning is one of the biggest tools we have available, and one of the big problems of machine learning is that it needs data, massive amounts of data. So it's about the variety of the data, it's about the quantity and the quality of the data, and we basically try to tackle and cover all these three aspects. So with our scenario, with a new scenario product, we're trying to tackle the diversity of the data. With our annotation core product, so data labeling, automatic data labeling, we cover the quantity and the quality aspect of it.
And you said like scenario-driven development. What does this imply?
Yeah, scenario is a big word, and lots of people have, I think, different understandings of the word scenario. So we define scenario as an element, basically how you can divide your sequences. So let's say you're driving and it's a steady sequence, you can divide it in multiple scenarios.
Okay, and you also talked about the database and everything that should be complete and with a good quality. And you're also talking about completeness of these scenarios. What does, can you explain that a bit?
Yeah, I think the completeness is a very important aspect of a scenario database. If the database is not complete, it doesn't make sense to use it. But also on the other hand, it doesn't need to be complete, I think, for all of the cases. It can be complete for a subset. So let's say you define a certain scenario like a cut-in maneuver, and I think it would be enough to have a completeness for this subset first and then go to maybe the next scenario and achieve completeness for it. But completeness, I think, is really important for the validation. It allows you to define when to release your car or your algorithm to the wild versus still holding back and building up more database.
Can we take a look into the future? Because, what lies ahead of us? Will we have 100% accuracy or 100% completeness, so to say?
No, this is the short answer. I think 100% we'll never reach it, or let's say we'll reach at some point in time 100%, it will take too long. And I think there's so many people dying on the roads today, every day. So I think we have a moral obligation that we push something out which is better than the current things we have. So I wouldn't wait until we have 100%. And I think it's theoretically possible to have 100%, but practically not.
And because we have your startup, we have a lot of other startups that are coming up, that are changing or inspiring the automotive landscape. How will this change with achieving more and more autonomous vehicles?
I think there will be even more startups, because autonomous vehicles is kind of a technology which provides a ground for more businesses, for more startups, but also for more established players which can build up new business models. So I think there will be more startups and more businesses, existing businesses, which open up new businesses because they're enabled by autonomous driving technology.
So it will be a wider landscape, not just like the traditional OEMs we have right now. Yeah,
definitely. I mean, I think it will be definitely a wider landscape. More diverse, hopefully.
Yeah, diverse. Let's not say wider, but diverse. If we look into the end user side, will you have more choices like this, or will it stay as like, okay, you have a Ford, you have an Audi, and 3 other cars that you can choose from, or will it be more diverse?
I think actually people will be they will less focus on maybe the brand and will less focus on what model they drive. I mean, we see it with car sharing. I don't care if I get in a Ford or if I get in a Chevrolet or a Mercedes. I just want to go from A to B, but maybe sometimes I want to have something where I can take a nap, or I want to have something where I can work, or where I have entertainment. So I think the variety switches from models to maybe interior and use cases which you want to cover while you are traveling from A to B.
So will this autonomous driving or the autonomous vehicles also change our understanding of the word mobility? Because right now it's more like, okay, train, bus, plane. Will this also change?
Yeah, I mean, I think we see it also with scooters. There's new mobility concepts basically coming up, and maybe soon electric longboards. Waiting for that personally. So I think we will. I mean, before, like you mentioned, we had trains and we had planes and we had cars, and then we could walk, or maybe a bicycle in between. But I think we'll all see in between all new mobility concepts spreading, and I'm definitely excited for that.
Will this also change like the challenges we are facing in the cities right now, like traffic jams, accidents, way too expensive, public transport? Will this change?
It will change, hopefully for the better, for the good. Some of the speakers today also mentioned it. There will be more congestion, or there might be more congestion, but we can use the time more effectively we're spending in congestion. I think it will change for the better, especially in terms of parking situations. There's, I think, big potential to remove most of the parking lots or move them out of the city versus having them directly next to our house.
So basically we will also have nicer, cleaner and greener cities at
Hopefully.
the end.
Hopefully, yeah. Working hard on it.
Thank you for that. Last question. How do you like the conference so far?
Very good. I think it's definitely one of the best conferences, especially like the networking possibilities and also the quality of the people you meet. It's definitely quite good.
Thank you. And then I hope you enjoyed the rest of the conference. And like I said, thank you for this interview.
Thank you.